Hello, today I'm going to show you how to make Twinkle Twinkle, which is one of my designs, and we're going to make this beaded version here. The pattern is on my blog. I will add a link to the pattern in the information box below so you can print it and follow along. So to make the beaded version, first we need to thread 15 seed beads onto our tatting thread. So I'm using a big eye needle, and we're going to thread 15 beads onto it. 1, 2, 3, 14, 15. So 15 beads, we're going to slide them along. We want them to stay on the ball thread, so not to be wound on the shuttle. So this pattern only requires one shuttle. So here are my beads. I'm going to slide them along and then wind the thread onto the bobbin. We don't need a load of thread on the bobbin because there's only a few rings made with it. Most of the work is done with the ball thread. So that should be sufficient. Pop that back into my shuttle and make sure the beads are further down the thread. So we're going to start with the center ring, and they're made with 5 stitches, 1 picot, 1 stitch, 1 picot, 5 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 stitch, no, 1 picot, sorry, 1 stitch, 1 picot, and 5 more stitches. 3, 4, 5. And I chose this nice gold thread thinking that would look nice for a star, but of course a bit harder to see against my hand. So next we're going to reverse work and do the chains, and the chains are where we're going to put the beads. So the chain, I'm going to roll here. As you can see, you can roll. You don't always need a mat. Sometimes I use my little rubber mat. You can just roll on fabric. It works as well. So 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now we're going to make a 3-bead picot. So we're going to go and get 3 of those beads and slide them along the thread. Like this, and just carry on making this the next 6 stitches, making sure there's no gaps at all on that very first half stitch. That's very important. So that's the first stitch, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's the first chain done. Reverse work. And now we're going to make the next ring and join to the first ring. So it's the same as the first one, 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Join to the previous ring. 1 stitch. 1 picot. And 5 more stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to reverse work and do the next chain. I'm going to roll again to rewind my shuttle. 6 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops. Slide 3 beads along like this, and then continue with the next stitches of the chain, again making sure that first half stitch is really nice and snug and there are no gaps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Reverse work and ready to make the next ring. So I'm going to repeat 2 more times and I'll come back when I'm doing the 5th ring. So we're here at the last ring, so that's the 5th center ring, and this one is going to be joined on both sides. So 5 stitches, 3, 4, 5, and join to the previous ring. I'm going to fold it out of the way, make the second half, and now we want to join to the first ring that we made and complete the ring with 5 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, and close the ring. So that's our 5 center rings are made, and now we're going to make the last chain. Reverse work, rewind my shuttle, 6 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and my last 3 beads for the last beaded picot, and 6 more stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and join back at the beginning with a lock join. So that's it, that's the first round made. And now we're going to carry on with the second round, and it's all made with chains, so we just stay as we are and continue with the next chain, which has 6 stitches in it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 3 picots separated by 2 stitches. So 1 picot, 2 stitches, 1 picot, 2 stitches, 1 picot, 2 stitches. And now the ring at the tip of the arms is made with a self-closing mock ring, and that's because of the shape, because a self-closing mock ring gives a pointy shape to the chain, and I think it looks nicer in this case for a star. So I'm using my ring finger to make a loop on my thread and then bring it back in the pinch, you can see, and I'm holding it back, and then I'm starting the next little ring, which has 2 stitches in it, 1 small picot. Or once I've made a couple of stitches, you can let go of the loop and you'll be fine. You can carry on with your stitches. 1 small picot, 1 stitch, 1 longer picot, 1 stitch, 1 small picot, and 2 stitches. And then you can see the loop here, so you just pass your shuttle through the loop and tighten. And keep tightening until the ring is closed and there's no gap between the ring and the chain. And then we carry on with the chain down the other side. So 2 stitches, 1 picot, 2 stitches, 1 picot, 2 stitches, 1 picot, and 6 more stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and join between the 2 chains from the round below, or the previous round. I always give it a little tug before I complete the join, and then just a little bit. The ring tends to twist just a little bit when you're making a self-closing mock ring, but it just needs to be adjusted slightly. And here's the first arm of your star completed. Put a bit of thread off my ball and carry on with the next arm. 6 stitches, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 3 picots separated by 2 stitches. So 1 picot, 2 stitches, 2nd picot, 2 stitches, 3rd picot, 2 stitches, and we're ready to make the next self-closing mock ring. So again, I use my ring finger to make a loop, bring it back in the pinch, and start on the next ring. 2 stitches, 1 picot, 1 stitch, 1 longer picot, 1 stitch, 1 small picot, 2 stitches. Pass through the loop and tighten until there are no gaps. Like this. And then continue with the chain. 2 picot, 2 picot, 2, 1 last picot, and 6 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and join between the 2 chains of the previous round. Again, I'm going to adjust it a little bit. And I'm going to carry on and see you back on the last repeat. Here we are at the last repeat. This is the 5th and last arm of the star. So again, 6 stitches, 4, 5, 6, picot 2 stitches, picot 2 stitches, picot 2 stitches, and now we're making the last self-closing mock ring, making a loop and back in the pinch, and the small ring, 2 stitches, 1 small picot, 1 stitch, 1 longer picot, 1 stitch, 1 small picot, 2 stitches, pass the shuttle through the loop and tighten until there are no gaps. And now we're down to the very last chain of this design. Two stitches, a picot, 2 stitches, a picot, second picot, 2 stitches, a third picot, and 6 stitches to complete. 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I didn't do this in this design, but normally I would use magic loops and insert them in the first chain and in the last chain, so to hide the ends. I haven't done it this time, so we're just going to make one last join. Give it a little tug and just cut the ends, and using a needle you can hide them, or you can use the loops to hang your star, although it would hang from in between 2 arms, or hide the ends and then just add a little loop to hang it from this end. I always like to adjust my stitches a bit when I'm finished, and this would look nice if you took the time to block it to make sure it's very symmetrical and the points look nice. But I think that's good. I hope you enjoyed making this, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.